Okay, I just woke up this morning and I'm like, you know what? We should watch Dia of the Dead. It just occurred to me immediately, and I really want to get ahead of the delayed hype for this wonderful film because once the Academy or whatever realizes that it does in fact exist, they're just going to be throwing awards at it. If you haven't seen it, you're definitely in for a treat. A big, fat, odorous, steaming pile of treat. So let's get started. I'm so excited. I'm not in pain at all.
Sleep tight, my little Calabazito. Mama will return, and I will bring with me a better life. Until we're together again, mijo. Dream grande.
Just wanted to say real quick that this film is incredibly culturally authentic, which means they will occasionally, but not often, use Spanish words, and as you can see by the use of grande, which does mean big. For those not in the know, let's continue.
Thank you so much for the awesome birthday party, Papa.
My headcanon here is that this child, this obviously deformed child, is some sort of mutant, is a result of just a failed experiment to make the ultimate luchador. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct.
You needn't thank me, Cheeky. Just as long as you had a good time. Tell me, how's my little Calabazito doing on his 8th birthday?
8 feels a lot like 7, Papa.
Well, I trust that is a good thing. But listen to me, mijo. I have something important to discuss with you.
You do?
See, I do. Ocho is a monumental age for you.
It is?
See?
How so?
Now that you are 8, my little hombre, you are old enough to make your first journey into the beyond.
So if you're 7, there's absolutely no way people would like, oh, just gasp, but horrified. What do you want to go to the land of the? No, you have to be 8. If you're a day younger, you're too young to go to the land of the dead to retrieve your absentee mother. But I've said too much.
I am?
Yes, you are.
Oh, Papa, does that mean?
Yes, it does, mijo. You can find your mama and help bring her back home to us. Well, where she belongs.
No way! I can't wait. Do you think we can find her?
It has never been a question of if, mijo. It has always been a question of when. And now that you are growing into a fine young man, it is a time.
But I still don't understand, Papa. If Mama loved us so much, why did she go away?
This is a very important question, and the answer is obviously that the reason. Yeah.
I knew the day would come when you would ask these questions, Chicky. Sometimes we do things that aren't easily understood by the others. This is a part of life, part of growing up. Your mama loved you very, very much. Still does. Of that I am certain. But while she cherished her familia more than life itself, she had a dream. My sweet Julieta held a talent so strong, so insistent, that his bright glow threatened to burn her to ash from the inside out.
All right, there you go. That explains everything. Julieta had a very serious medical condition that she would just burn up and just become a pile of ashes on the floor. She had to go. Who's this kid to stop her? You want your mother to be a pile of ashes? No.
Ow, that sounds like some painful talent.
See, Cheeky, but what was far more painful than watching the love of my life's light go dim was knowing that your mama Bonita would let her passion go unfulfilled and her dream go unrealized because of us.
In other words, everything is your fault, Cheeky. Me to a lesser degree.
Because of us? But I loved Mama. What did we do wrong?
We did nothing wrong, Cheeky. But us staying by her side was only serving to drag her down. So, to truly love her, I had to make the difficult decision to let her go.
You mean you knew Mama was leaving us and you were okay with it?
See, I knew. I encouraged her even. But I was not okay with it because I knew it would leave me lonely. And you, my sweet Chico, without a mother. But I knew it was something she had to do for herself. To be content, to be whole, to know she did everything she could to honor the tremendous talent she held inside her for all her life. And whether or not she become the legend we know she can be, she will be able to carry on. Without regret, and, most important, without a remorse.
I think this is a really important message here that any of us and all of us could benefit from. It's important that when you abandon your family to go to a singing competition in the great beyond, to be as remorseless as possible, because there's nothing worse than feeling bad about having done a bad and inexplicable thing because you're in so much of a damn hurry to sing with a bunch of skeletons. Perhaps I've confused the message, but it's very beautiful and important.
I'm so confused.
Well, that's quite all right, mijo. You're only 8 after all. There will be plenty of time for you to understand the world's great mysteries.
If we find her, do you think Mama will be happy to see us, Papa?
Cheeky,
He waits a year to answer. We know the answer's no.
I know she will be. I'm going to tell you something now, but I don't want you to get too excited, okay?
Okay?
Your mother, Julieta, came to me in my dreams last night.
She did?
See, and she asked for you.
She did?
She did. She wants you to meet her in the beyond, and she asked that you perform alongside her in the greatest singer beyond the beyond competition at the Festival de los Muertos.
The Festival de los Muertos? But I'm not a singer like Mama. I can barely hold pitch.
She doesn't want you to sing, Cheeky. No, she wants you to dance.
Oh, that I can do.
Entertaining as ever, mijo.
Papa, what will the beyond be like? Is it safe?
All things will be answered in a time, Shiki. But for now, you must go to sleep. When your slumber grows restful enough, you will open your eyes in the beyond.
Not gonna lie, this kind of sounds like he's trying to convince his kid to go to sleep so he can just smother him to death. It's like, only dreams, Cheeky. It's like, you were a failed experiment. The time has come.
There, I will meet you, and all things will be explained.
Wow, like an adventure?
the biggest adventure of our lives. Now there's no time to waste. Off to bed, little one.
Yes, Papa.
And Cheeky, see you on the other side, mijo.
Okay, the dark interpretation of all of this is that this is a murder-suicide situation, obviously, and they're going to meet his mother in the great beyond. Clearly, this woman has been dead for the past 2 years. Like, I'm sorry your mother hasn't been there. I kind of killed her, mostly by accident. But we're going to join her soon.
See you there, Papa. I'm coming, Mama. I can't wait to see you.
There you are, Cheeky. I knew you could do it.
Papa, where are we?
Welcome to the beyond, mijo.
Whoa, this is it? Where's Mama? Let's find her.
When the time is right, we will. Oh, but for now, we must find the town of Los Muertos, the legendary capital of the beyond. Come, mijo.
Wow, look at them, Papa. Who are they? What are they doing? Where are they going?
They are the residents of this place, Cheeky. They give life to the beyond, whereas to us, they are the dead.
The dead? But they're moving all around.
See, mijo, the beyond does not operate by the rules that bind our world. It is the opposite of all we know. The mirror's flip side.
So does that mean that Mama is dead?
No, Cheeky, of course not.
Yeah, of course not, you stupid diaper-wearing mutant. I mean, why on earth would people in the land of the dead be dead? It makes no sense. Just think before you speak next time. Is your diaper on too tight?
Your mama is very much alive and well, I can assure you.
But if everyone here is dead...
They may still touch the living. It's one of the very special and magical things about our Day of the Dead celebrations. On this one day a year, mijo, the portal between the two worlds opens for all to pass through.
Okay, I've more or less seen this film once before now, and I don't have any recollection whatsoever of there being other living individuals meeting their dead relatives in the great beyond. It seems to be just this father and son. Yeah, maybe they just didn't have models for any other living. They could have just copy pasted, like take the baby, stretch it. Well, hindsight.
The dead may mingle with the living, and the living may mingle with the dead.
Is that what Mama's doing here, mingling with the dead?
Oh, sort of. 2 years ago, our sweet Julieta journeyed to the other side in the hopes of proving she is the very best singer, not only in all the world, but in all the beyond.
How can she do it, Papa?
By entering the biggest talent competition of her life and emerging victorious. Don't worry, we'll still be able to call Mama by her name. But first, we must find her.
I knew I should have had a cup of poleo tea before exercising my vocal cords today, Lola.
Balderdash, Aresma, you needn't take an elixir to manifest the songs that emanate naturally from your golden pipes.
You flatter me, Bat. But flattery doesn't win contests. Especially not one as timeless and epic as the greatest singer beyond the beyond competition.
Forgive me if I seem to trivialize your words, Aresma, but your eventual victory is all but a foregone conclusion, is it not?
Well, yes, of course it is. There's no soul amongst the living or the dead whose talents can compare to mine.
So this is our first look at what a top tier villain antagonist looks like in Dia of the Dead. she's entering the competition. She's very vain. Apparently, her head. She doesn't even have to attach her head directly to her spinal cord. I mean, just she's just that good. And there's a bat. So how on earth is Julieta going to compete with that? Is the gorilla father going to smash her into a big pile of bones? We'll just wait and see.
And that is why you've been crowned Queen of the Day of the Dead every year for the past 10,000 years.
Well, since you put it like that, Lola, I do seem rather unbeatable, don't I?
Shall I begin celebration preparations for your next win now? Or would you have me wait?
Oh, I don't know, Lola. When you've had 10,000 victory celebrations, as I have, they all start to blur together, you know?
But surely you recall last year's party. 10,000 skeleton mariachis marching down the streets from all points until finally converging in the town square for a rollicking recital of Dead Town Funk.
I don't know about you, but I personally love it when characters in a movie describe something that sounds 5 million times more awesome than the things that are actually happening, and they don't show it. You don't get so much as a still frame in this case. That's good. I mean, I don't want to see the mariachi skeleton army. That's not cool at all.
Yes, I do remember that one. But I thought it was 5 years ago.
Nope, it was last year.
So, when was the Grand Fear medley, as performed by the Death Valley Choir?
Then it was 10 years ago, Oresma.
10 years? My, how time flies!
It sure does.
Ah, well, I'm dead anyway. Let's run through my closing number once more. Then we'll stop by the saloon for a nice cup of tea. From the top.
Yes, ma'am. And the 1, and the 2, and the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Phew, I haven't practiced this hard in any world, Fredo. And I thought my old music teacher, Miss Moody, was tough.
If you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best. This competition's no game, girl. It's literally life and death, you hear?
Don't you think you're being just a bit melodramatic, Fredo?
Melody's just part of it. You gotta have pitch. You gotta stay on key. You gotta project. I'm talking about singing to the back row, girl.
I was thinking at the moment I saw and especially heard this beautiful mummy. And I know you were thinking it too. Clearly contender for the best character in the film. You don't even have to see the other. I mean, ignoring how incredibly obnoxious he is, how bad the voice work is, how painfully unfunny. I mean, he'd give the bat a run for its money, and we love the bat.
No, I meant, forget it.
Exactly. Forget them ghouls down front. Half of them won their tickets in a radio contest anyway. They're not the fans. They're not your fans, you hear? They're rooting for y'all to fail. They're up close and personal like because they want to see if you'll fall flat on your face.
This is one hell of a pep talk. I mean, I've heard pep talks and like pre-battle speeches in films like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Braveheart, and perhaps there are other films that have been made. But this just blows all of them away. I'm psyched now. If I were told that, everybody hates you and they just want to see you fail, I'd be out there just at the top of my game.
But you ain't gonna give them the chance to get no laughs at your expense.
I understand, Fredo, but with all due respect, I don't think of competing like fighting a war. I think of it as interesting, invigorating, and fun.
Ay, Dios mío. Let's stay beyond coming to. How do you expect to become a champion if you ain't willing to pay the price of victory?
The price of victory? Let me tell you about the price of victory, Fredo. 2 years ago, I left behind a beautiful little boy.
Are you sure about that? I mean, I've seen him, and beautiful is not a word I would use to describe him. Misshapen, deformed, offensive, repellent, but not beautiful so much. That was like maybe at the bottom of the heap when I've exhausted all other adjectives.
and a loving, supportive husband to chase a dream I've had since I was born. I didn't come to the beyond because I passed away. I picked my spot, and I came of my own free will. I came to compete in the Festival de los Muertos' Greatest Singer Beyond the Beyond competition. And I didn't come to be a runner-up. I came to win it all. The festival begins tomorrow. The contest is on Friday night, and I am not leaving without that title. I'm here to win it all, Fredo. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll be. What are we waiting for? Let's win this thing.
First things first, Fredo. I have to be ready to sing the song of my life on the stage. If I lose, then everything I've done here will have been for nothing. Especially the time I've spent away from mi familia.
I understand, Julieta. Well, that's why I'm doing everything in my power to whip you into fighting shape, you hear? And you're almost there. Almost.
What do I need to do to make sure I'm as ready as I can be for the contest, Fredo? I've come this far. I don't want to leave any tombstone unturned.
That's the spirit, girl.
Hold it right there. Can we stop this girl thing? I'm a woman, Fredo. A strong, independent, talented, professional woman.
I'm not one of those types that has a problem with, strong, independent, female characters. I think that's cool. Julieta is not one of them. I don't think. I mean, she says she is, so perhaps I'm mistaken. She says it, therefore it is. But I have to wonder, has she been in contact with this mummy for the past 2 years? Has he called her girl 8,000 times and just 8,001 was the straw that broke Julieta's back? And now she's standing up to him?
And while singing has been my one true passion and calling all my life, I'm no stranger to hard work and competition. Let me remind you, where I'm from, I'm the undisputed Lucadora champion of the universe.
Okay, I gotcha. Remember, I'm 2,000 years old, girl. There, young lady.
Much better. And not only that, but my husband Diego and I are the reigning mixed tag team champions of the world.
Okay, that's great, but who gives a damn? Why does 2,000-year-old mummy care? How does this enter into the story in any significant way whatsoever? Am I going to see you wrestle? No, they'd have to animate it. And can they animate that? I think we know the answer.
Whoa! This is good news! You got the spirit of a fighter, the heart of a competitor, the pedigree of a champion! Oh, I can take you to the top, girl! Lo siento.
Está bien, entiendo.
Say, if I may ask, what's your luchadora name?
La Trituadora.
La Trituradora? What's that mean?
It means the Crusher.
The Crusher? Nice! It don't work for our purposes, but I like the idea of it. What do you say we come up with a stage name for you before we enter the competition?
A stage name? I hadn't considered it, but okay, sure. Any ideas?
Well, how about Pulmones de Terciopelo?
Velvet lungs? Are you serious?
May I suggest the Velvet Crusher? Combines you got the best of both. People are going to hear it and they're going to wonder, does she crush velvet? Does she favor velvet, in her wardrobe? Gets people talking, creates interest.
Oh, you're right. It's pretentious. I'll think about it some more. It'll come to me.
I'll think about it too. Can we run a few more numbers before we call it a night?
Spoken like a champ. Let's try Skull Rain from the top. Hit it, girl. I mean, miss.
And that's where, for the sake of my dwindling sanity points, I'm gonna stop the film, and maybe I'll pick this up later. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll forget. Maybe I'll do something more worthwhile. But it's been fun in the same way that swallowing a razor blade is fun. I'm kidding. I loved it. Every moment of it. Best film I've ever seen already. I don't have to see the rest. Thanks for joining me. This won't get any views, but thank you, imaginary people.